Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome four-time Olympic medalist, world champion sprinter, and broadcaster for NBC, Atto Boldon. So light 'em up.
Pleasant good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I am joined on the stage by the sport of athletics, two of the most prominent and experienced champions in its history. Let me first introduce Veronica Campbell-BROWN and direct you to the video board to give you a better sense of just what she's done.
To the USA, Stewart of Jamaica, Campbell-BROWN, Jamaica. No problem that time. Well, Uhura got a good start indeed, and so did Campbell-BROWN. Campbell-BROWN and Uhura going very strongly indeed, and skippers have got a lot of work to do. Oh, that could be Campbell-BROWN on the far side. We're going to have to wait and get the photograph on that one. 11 given now at 11.04, with Okabari closing down in third place at 11.06. So 2 100ths between the top three. First two, absolutely level, but that's a good win by Veronica Campbell-BROWN.
That's right. She has 18, count them ladies and gentlemen, 18 World Championship and Olympic medals. Seated a little closer to me is Wilson Kipketer, and all he has done is be a 3-time world champion and a 2-time Olympic medalist. Let's take a look at Wilson.
This man, Wilson Kipketer, set these championships aligned with a world record in the heats to stroll out.
Wilson Kipketer, we'll see.
Well, he still has to do his running. He wants to keep out of trouble, that's for sure. Tuparitis starting pretty fast. Mochibon also on the inside. Big man from Germany. Kurz is a big man, but Wilson Kipketer does what we probably would expect. He gets out in front straight away now. Can lightning strike twice in the same place? Kipketer striding around the top bend. The clock, keep an eye on it. 1:43.96 is the world record. He's coming down towards the line now. He's going to be very close indeed. Is he going to get it? He smashed it. My goodness me, 1:42.68. I can't believe this. That is incredible. 2 world records.
That's an indoor world record which still stands. Obviously, David Rudisha relieved him of his outdoor world record recently. Veronica, let me start with you and ask you, I know you were here yesterday to listen to George Foreman and his riveting speech yesterday. One of the things that stood out for me that he said was that when he was a young boy growing up in Texas, he had no other options. Boxing was his way out. And were he not to be a boxer, he would probably have been a laborer working on the road. Tell me about your growing up in Jamaica and what your options were as a young athlete.
Actually, I enjoyed Mr. Foreman's interview yesterday. It's very funny, very inspirational. It was amazing. And I do agree with a lot of the things he said in terms of growing up and how he was poor and he had no other choice. For me, it was the same thing. I grew up in a very poor family, and discovering that I had the gift to sprint was my only way out to get an education and to advance my career. And so I had no other choice. I was blessed to have track and field in my life, which has helped me to achieve all that I've achieved. So I'm very grateful for the gift.
That's right. Now, Wilson, we're in marathon season, as you know. The New York City Marathon was last weekend. So I'm of the belief that there are only 2 types of people in the world. There's the one group that believes that 2 hours for the marathon for men is never going to be broken, even though obviously we're a lot closer than we've ever been. And then there's the other group that believes, oh, it's absolutely gone. I want to know which group you belong to and why you think that.
I should answer that. I will belong to 2 groups.
So you think it could go either way?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm not going nowhere, but I will try to explain anyway in the, the yes group and the no group. Okay. So with the yes group, yes, I can say that because as a professional runner, when I was running, so I see the way I was running, also planning to run, the event race for the, 800. So in a marathon, if somebody run anyway, let's say 1 hour, they can do it because the world record for half marathon is 58 something. So if they run 60 anyway, so they can make it in 2 hours. And the way things is going now, you see the way I think for the last 7 years, We have seen records and records. Aile, Patrick Macau, Wilson Gibson, now Tennis Kipketer. So they are doing it every year. And now it's, so that 2 minutes is going to be there soon. And then the other side of knowing about the training, the no side now.
Yeah.
It's not easy to break that 2 minutes anyway in marathon.
Yeah, because 2 minutes on paper doesn't seem like a lot, but 2 minutes in terms of where it puts you on the course is a big difference, correct?
It's a big difference, and we are talking 2 minutes after you're running almost 40 kilometers.
Of course,
so
yes.
you are tired, you are getting closer to it, and you are almost, out of control.
Yes.
So in that point, it's not easy unless somebody really start working with a coach, working with manufacturing shoes or any company, to get the right things. And then I don't know if we can work with a weatherman in the upstairs to make the right weather, not too much wind, and then also the supporters to support that. I think, but then, so that's, I'm in both sides, looking, trying to say, when is it going to happen, or it's not going to happen.
So in other words, you are officially on the fence.
I'm just sitting in the edge.
All right. Both of you are very active in terms of charities around the world as well as locally with you, Denmark, Kenya, with you, Jamaica. So you obviously understand the importance of giving, but I want to know, what has sport given to you? What has sport given to your life?
Sport has given me, I would say, almost everything. It is because of sport why I was able to attend university.
Yes.
My parents was not able at all to send me to university. So through track and field, I received a scholarship to go to study in the US. Sport has allowed me to travel the world, to meet great people, to be influential, to inspire others. Through all that I've gained from sport, it is my passion to give back and to help, because I realize that I get a lot of help when I was younger, and there are a lot of young girls or even young boys who need help. And so I feel like I have a good way to impact young girls. And so I started the Veronica Campbell Foundation in Jamaica, which gives scholarships to girls at the high school level to aid with their education. I also visit a lot of girls' home in Jamaica to try and uplift and motivate young women. So, and I've done a lot of other charitable things. I'm very passionate about giving back. I believe that we all need to help each other, and for all people who have the ability to give, they should give, no matter how small it is, because by giving we help to build each other up. So I enjoy doing it, and I thank God for the opportunity to help others.
Fantastic. Now, you were born in Kenya, you eventually represented Denmark. Jamaica and Kenya have something in common, and you hear it a lot in the broadcast of track and field meets. They talk about Kenyan athletes and Jamaican athletes being hungrier than some of their competition. But it's not a literal hunger, is it? What is that hunger? What is that separates the athletes from your country, where if you have a race that's close and there's one of you guys and somebody from another country, you're almost betting on that person because these athletes have that inner hunger. What is that? Is that something you can put into words?
I think you cannot put it into words, but I could say, this a belief of these people say, so I'm good. And these people also, we grew up in a harsh life, we
Yes.
live in fighting, we can walk longer, you can resist, and you can take the pain. So many athletes, so they can say, so why Kenya is so good? I say, Kenya is hilly places.
Yeah.
We go to forest, sometimes you have to fight your way to go through the forest. So it's mental thing.
Yeah.
So you are tough doing it. So if you see, so you say you cannot beat me, you don't know me anyway, I know what I've been doing. So. And so the other thing also, when in 1968 with Kipketer, so like now I think 3,000 steeplechase, Kenya, they have been winning it in Olympic World Championships, I don't know since when. So that's the belief to say, so now, Kenya, we are better than that. That is our event. So they believe this is our thing. We can do better than anyone else in the world.
Yes.
So they have that belief. So you cannot put it in the words, because that comes from the person. When he goes there, he say, I have to keep that image or the prestige name of the country.
Now, Veronica, you talked about the fact that you went to university on a scholarship. But the Jamaican sprint machine has changed since you were a young athlete. In fact, what's happening now is athletes, instead of all the young Jamaican talent going off to foreign universities, what's happening now is they stay at home and they control their careers from an early age, and the success has been very evident. If Veronica Campbell-Brown was leaving high school now as a top Jamaican star, as you did a couple years ago, would you take the option of going to another university abroad, or do you think you'd stay at home right now, and why?
I think I would take the same path because I believe education is very important to me. And I wanted to create that balance between track and field and earning a degree. And it was easier for me to get a scholarship in the US than I think it may be harder in Jamaica. And I really, I would definitely, I would still go to America.
So you wouldn't change a thing?
I would not change a thing.
Now, Wilson, she can't answer this question because she has 3 Olympic gold medals. You and I have bronze and silver from the Olympic Games. And of course, when you're an Olympic silver medalist or a bronze medalist, you have to tell the story your whole life. Because people say, well, if you get a bronze medal, well, at least you got something. But if you got a silver medal, oh, what happened? Did you trip? Was something wrong with your shoe? So my question for you is, you and I, we missed out on that ultimate prize in our sport. But I have said many, many times, 1996, in that final, if I get gold, maybe my career lasts 1 year longer because I would have been, you couldn't have told me anything, I would have known everything. What have you learned in your life by missing out on that ultimate thing? Has it taught you anything? Is there something that you take with you every day that you can trace back to the fact that that one thing is missing?
Not really. I'm not going back anymore to that point. Anyway. I mean, I'm disappointed or not disappointed, but I'm not thinking about it because life must go on.
Yes.
I cannot use to anything. That's an excuse. And so the only thing I look at, to move forward, because if I look back in 1996,
yes,
I was really running very well. I was #1 in the world.
That's
I
right.
ranked Athlete of the Year in the world.
Right.
But I was not in Atlanta because of some other reasons.
Yes.
And I don't want also to discuss that because it's behind me.
Right.
And then in Sydney, which was really, I was hoping going to win that, but I had some injuries before anyway, after
Yes.
99, after, not 99, 97. When I was running well, the video you show here was really, things was going well. Winning World Championship indoors, breaking 2 world records, breaking world record outdoors, winning World Championship. So I was really in good shape, so thinking next year I'm going to run very fast. And I got sick. I had malaria in 98. So in 98, I came too fast to run 2 races. I won Monaco, #2 in Zurich, and I went straight to European Championship. So finishing in running 141, and then in European Championship last, #8, running 151, from 141 to 151, which I was really completely say, this is the end of it.
Right.
I could not run anymore. And then I was thinking about the Olympic thing. I say, it's only 1 year to go. You have 99. I came back 99 running well, won another world championship, and I was thinking now Sydney is very close. And then 3 weeks before the world championship, Olympic, I was training. I tore the muscles, and I could not train for 3 weeks. And from that, so get psychologically weaker and weaker. So I was not confident going to Sydney. But then when I was there, so it was like I was totally lost. But then in finals, I was behind until the last 100 meters. When I woke up and I saw, it's
So you woke up in the Olympic final?
In the Olympic final, thinking, I can win this race. But then I just get that close by winning it. But anyway, that's life.
Hey, life as a silver medalist, it's not too bad, right?
And then so I was thinking anyway, another 4 years, 2004.
Right.
So I was training very well. And then 1 month before, so again I have a problem with the hamstring, which I could not sprint. So in Athens, I was doing well until the last 50 meters, and I was trying to go. And then I saw the Russian guy coming, the South African guy Mlausi in the inside, and I said, I have no energy anymore. Even I was trying, I have no energy anymore. There's no, I think my gearbox was broken, so I was trying to change, and there was nothing left. So I say, okay, guys.
We've all been there.
And then from there, so I think they could show a video. I wave anyway in the last, and I say, so that was the end of it. I was not going to run again, even if it's another 4 years. I think I was not going to make, because I came from silver, go to bronze, so I was going the wrong way.
We've all been there. Veronica, you have been able to win at every level in this sport. World Youth, World Junior, World Indoor, World Championships, Olympic Games. And not only have you done it at all levels, but in so many different events. And you're still going. You know, we were talking backstage about you possibly, you know, 3 more years, which would give you, I believe, almost 20 years in the sport. How come there have been so few track and field athletes to do that? Because we have a sport where you hear about these great prodigies, and they have these fantastic junior careers. And then 2 years later, you go, whatever happened to this young girl or that young boy? What is it that you think is the formula for being able to sustain and have the longevity in the career that you had?
I think the most important thing is that I recognize that I am truly blessed, and I was born to sprint. And I embrace that. I'm determined. I always want to achieve more. And it seems like no matter how much I achieve, I really feel like there's still more for me to achieve. And that is one of the things that keep pushing me. I'm curious to see how fast I can run. What more can I accomplish? And I think those are some of the things that's driving me. And it's just been a blessing. It's a blessing to have such a long career. So I'm just grateful for all that God has given me.
Well, we certainly wish you the best. Not like us retired folks. We certainly wish you the best in the next 2 World Championships and Olympic Games. Ladies and gentlemen, Veronica Campbell-Brown, Wilson Kipketer.